Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it is with my pleasure to give you all a walk around and tour of the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry SE. The Toyota Camry, also known as America's best-selling vehicle, gets a full-on redesign for the 2025 model year, and as you can see, it gets a lot of drastic changes. One of them, of course, is that you have a unique look here in the front and in the back. And this particular one here being an SC, you do get a blacked out package, which blacks out badging, the grille, as well as the wheels. This one here in particular also does have the hybrid powertrain, which is standard across all Camry models. And so with that being said, a huge thank you to the all-new Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi, which is part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see on the key fob, you have a couple of different functions, and they are as follows. Your lock, unlock, your trunk release, and your panic button. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you have a very nice and very aggressive looking grille. As you can see, you do have your Toyota emblem right there in front, blacked out. And when you pan out and kind of look at the vehicle from a unique angle, you are going to be getting a much more aggressive front end versus the outgoing model. As you can see, this one here does have LED daytime running lights with LED headlamps. Checking out the wheels on tires on this one, we're taking a look at a set of Continental Pro Contact tires on 18-inch wheels, measuring 225, 45 R18s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does come standard with a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, come to the door handle, there's a touch sensor inside, put your hand in, and the vehicle will unlock, allowing you to go on inside. Or, if you want to, you can close it like that, tap the button here, and that beep will indicate that the vehicle's locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in ice cap, with the black leather interior. Starting off here in the door, as you can see, you do have some hard touch plastic material on top as expected. However, it's made up for that with some not so much soft material, but still kind of that same kind of stiffness as far as the plastic is concerned. However, it's complemented with this nice trim right here on the door panel, as well as this aluminum finish. You have an aluminum door handle. You're going to have your power locks, your child lock, power windows, and your power mirror controls here. You also have a small storage area with an area for a small cup holder. Along with that smart key access system, this vehicle does indeed come with a push button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or on you, to start the vehicle, just simply put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Camry does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel. And as you can see, it does look pretty nice. You do have some paddle shifters here on the left, as well as on the right sides. You also have some controls here on the left, as well as on the right too. Left, you're going to house controls specifically for the instrument cluster, a back button, your hands-free phone, as well as your volume down here. And this is going to be for hands-free voice. Come over here to the right specifically, you're going to have your cruise control settings here for collision warning, lane departure, seat track, as well as your mode button right there. Taking a look here at the screen, we are looking at a fully digital gauge cluster, which is very nice. To the far left, you're going to have your coolant temperature. To the far right, you're going to have your fuel range. Right in the middle is going to be your current speed, the EV driving ratio, which is going to show how efficient that you're driving the vehicle. As you can see, you also do have your gear selector in the middle, right below that current speed there. To the left, you're going to have your exterior temperature, followed by your speed limiter. This car's odometer reading, which this one has just over 9,000 miles. To the right, you're going to have your safety controls as well as the actual range to empty, as you can see there. As you can see, we are taking a look once again at our EV driving ratio to give us, a percentage of how well we're actually driving in eco mode or efficiently in general. Adaptive cruise mode, what's playing on the radio, tire pressure monitoring system, your lane departure alert system, as you can see. You can also turn on and off your blind spot monitoring, pre-collision system, your pedestrian detection system, road cross traffic alert, safe exit assist, vehicle settings, as well as meter settings, any messages, and then back to your EV ratio. But you can also get a look at your eco score, average fuel economy, and then there you go. Coming over here to the right, we're taking a look at a rather small 8-inch infotainment screen. Now, I believe if you upgrade to the XLE and even the XSE, you will be getting a larger display. But in this case, you are going to be getting the smaller 8-inch display in here, which again, it does look pretty nice, to say the least. Now, when you put the vehicle into reverse, you do get a decent backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have a widescreen view as well, which is pretty cool to see. But taking a look at the infotainment system itself, we can see here that we're in the radio section, which is what this is for. You're going to have 5 distinctive categories here on the far left, which is going to serve as your submenus. You have navigation, radio, phone, vehicle information, as well as settings. Starting off here with your radio, you're going to have things such as your favorites, tune, FM and AM radio, as well as Sirius XM. You're going to have all your stations, or in this case, your favorite stations, on this side here, and you're going to see what's playing at the bottom down there. Phone, of course, you can add a device to the vehicle's Bluetooth system. Coming down to the vehicle, you're going to have things such as climate, trip information, as well as vehicle alert. So if we go to climate, for example, you can adjust the climate controls for the front. As you can see, you have positioning, recycling, sync, of course, as well as AC auto. And then you have options. Trip information is going to give you a kind of a look here at how much you've driven as far as your duration, your trip range, and then your current speed. And then your history is going to be on that side there, as well as any vehicle alerts. As you can see, it's going to say that this vehicle needs to get maintenance done, which I assume this vehicle, since it's at a different dealership, has been serviced. But needless to say, it will tell you that, hey, this vehicle does need to be serviced, and you need to take it to your Toyota dealer. And then coming down here to settings, you're going to have your profile set up here, personal information, Bluetooth devices, general notifications, Wi-Fi, display, sound and media, voice and search, and then you have vehicle settings such as dealer information, vehicle customization, info and security, and much more. Let's say you want to go to our general settings. You have accessibility, date and time, keyboard, as well as language and units. Let's say you want to go and see what's going on in the vehicle section here. So we can go to vehicle customization, so you can customize the lights, the doors, the climate control, as well as the utility. And then any apps that you have, such as general apps, notification center, or remote connect. And then last but not least, we go here to the nav system, which of course you're going to have your Drive Connect app on your phone in order for that to work. So with that being said, let's go back here. And that is a look here at the infotainment system in the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry. Combo that, you do have your dual zone climate controls. You're going to have all your climate stuff coming down basically right here. So you have front and rear defrost, you have AC controls, you have your fan speed controls here, turn the fan on or off, auto AC, fan positioning way over there, and that's pretty much it. You have your hazard button right there next to your vents. And then come below here, you do have a wireless charging pad here. And you also have a little storage area here where you can actually charge your phone via 2 USB ports, both of them USB-Cs, and that right next to that is a USB itself. You have 2 cup holders here, which are very nice. You do have your eCVT transmission. Below that, you're going to have your different drive modes here. So your drive selector, or excuse me, your drive mode selectors here, which include Eco, Normal, Sport. You can drive in pure EV mode, brake hold, electronic parking brake. Come over here to the glove compartment. It's pretty spacious, and you have a little outlet inside of there as well. Now, this being the SE trim level, it's actually very comfortable to sit in, and I do like the accenting on the sides, especially with that white trim coming down here and this very nice kind of premium cloth material on the where you're going to be resting your back. It does add a bit of uniqueness to the seat, and I really have to say it's a pretty nice seat for an SE trim level. So overall, it does get the job done at the end of the day, and it's going to feel comfortable and look comfortable while doing it. And then come over here to your glove box. It is dampened, and you have a decent amount of storage space inside. You do have your mirror up here with your garage home link. You do have your sunglass holder here, as you can see. You do have your overhead light controls, SOS here for your roadside assistance. You do have your visor here with a mirror, as well as LED lighting. And then come over here to the left, you're gonna have controls for your headlights, traction control on or off, your engage dimmer switch, and then to open up the trunk, as well as your fuel tank, which we'll go and do that right now. But overall, it's been a rare treat to check this one out so far. And, you know, it's very nice to see that, you know, Toyota has really changed the game for the best-selling vehicle in the United States. And there's a reason why for that. So with that said, let's go ahead and continue our tour in the Toyota Camry SE. Coming to the back, materials do fall through, as you can see. It is, and it's very nice, as you can tell. You're gonna have two seat pockets, one on this side and one on that side. You have rear ventilation, as well as two USB ports, one being a USB and the other being a USB-C. And then you have a powered armrest with two cup holders. Fuel tank. The new Camry does come standard with LED taillights in the back, which is very nice. You have your Toyota badge right there, Camry spelled out across, SE badge down there, and of course, HEV, which stands for hybrid/electric vehicle. Hold on, guys. We'll do it from the inside of the vehicle, actually. Coming inside of the new Camry, checking out cargo space in here. It's actually pretty spacious, and for what it is, it does look pretty good. You're looking at right around 15.1 cubic feet of cargo space, which is more on average in comparison to some of its rivals. You do have body colored mirrors here. Under the hood of the new Camry is going to be the big change for 2025. No more will you have the 2.5 liter gas engine. Instead, in its place, we're going to be looking at Toyota's 2.5 liter hybridized motor. In front-wheel drive applications, it produces a combined output of 225 horsepower. If you go for all-wheel drive, it produces a total of 232 horsepower. No matter which drivetrain you get, you are going to be getting 163 pound-feet of torque. And with that being said, this one is front-wheel drive, so you are getting 225 horsepower, 163 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be made to the electronic CVT, and you're getting on average of around 47 miles per gallon combined. guys, so sitting back in the new Camry, it has been something I've been wanting to review for some time now, since it went on sale a few months ago. And I have to say, the Camry is a bestseller for a reason, and it's been that way for well over 20 years. You have to kind of look at where, you know, the competition is, like the Honda Accord and the Nissan Altima. You know, the Camry has been the best-selling vehicle in the United States since, I believe, 1996, and it's been like that every year. They sell over 400,000 of these each year, which is not hard to believe, because, you know, not everyone's going to want a mid-size crossover, not everyone's going to need a SUV, not everyone's going to need a truck. They're going to need something that's fuel efficient, affordable, and capable of getting them around from point A to point B. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, Toyotas are typically over-equipped, over-made. What I mean by that is that these things, you know, can last a long time, even if you don't do an oil change at the proper intervals when it comes on to maintenance. You know, these cars are over-engineered, is what I'm trying to say here. And that, you know, for a Camry, you know, the Camry has been around for as long as I can remember. And I grew up, you know, knowing what the Camry was from way back in the 90s. So now knowing that this is a newer generation, it made me excited to review one of these cars, and I'm happy to say that I'm glad I got a chance to. So with that said, guys, that's going to do it here for this walk around and tour of the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry SE, finished off an ice cap with the black leather interior. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.